So it's been basically since you took the job that you've kind of been waiting for this moment. Does it live up to the expectations that you might have had set?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is, obviously one of the things that when I talked to Dr. Pinto and John Cunningham about taking the job was this project. And it was in the works obviously at that time. And then I remember my first 2 or 3 months on the job when they took the bubble down and it started tearing it down. And it's been a long time since that point in time. So we're so excited about it. I think, credit to the designers of this building. I mean, they did an unbelievable job. And then the company that built the building, staying on time, staying on budget, and they were amazing throughout the whole process. I mean, there were certainly some things that, as a coach, we were able to look and tweak a few things here and there within the building design. And then when you started building it, you walk in it a little bit, you start saying, okay, maybe tweak here or there. But they were great to work with, and they were so accommodating. But I just think from the start, first-class operation. And then now, seeing the end results, all you do is look at our kids and our players, the joy on their face to see, man, this is, because they're going to tell you how they really feel about it, and they won't hold back, and they're like, Coach, they can't even describe it, how nice it is. And really, that's all great, but the functionality of what we're going to be able to do day to day in this building is where we're really going to get the payoff.
What's it like bringing in recruits now compared to 2 years ago when it was
night
selling
and day.
a dream then?
Yeah, night and day. We could, I had an old picture rendering that doesn't do it justice. I mean, so that's kind of what I was showing them. I was like, hey, it's kind of going to look like this. And they're like, yeah, okay, we've seen some of this stuff before. But here the last 2 or 3 months, we're able to bring some recruits in the building, and they're just, man, their mouth just drops, and they're just in awe of how nice it is. It's for us, it changes the game. It changes the game in recruiting, and obviously that's what it's all about. You got to be able to bring players that can play, to compete at the highest level. And this building is certainly one of the nicest buildings in the country. And so, one thing about it, if they don't come here, well, they certainly can't say it's not because of facilities. They're going to get everything they need in this facility, and then some, to be able to go out and play at their very highest level and reach their potential.
Coach, it seems like a dream space for really any coach. Just break down day to day how this is going to help.
Yeah, it's certainly a dream space. Our guys are going to, when they come here in the morning, they're probably not going to leave, literally, until they go home and go to bed. We have everything that you ever could want in this building. From their locker room, starting there, state-of-the-art locker room, or you can lay there, you can pull your feet up in the locker. I mean, there's so many different things you can do with a locker space. Move over to the training room. You have everything that you need in there: your hot tub, cold tub, treadmill tub, underwater tub, sauna, steam room, all the things that can really enhance their body to get them ready to go. And then slide right over here to this weight room, state-of-the-art weight room. There's things in that weight room that I've never seen before. Coach Nico's gonna have a ball in there, creating new workouts each and every day. Slide upstairs on the second floor. You have a players' lounge where the guys in between meetings can go relax, hang out, kick their feet up, watch TV. And then, of course, the meeting rooms and the team room. They're incredible space there to meet with our guys. And our coaches are so excited to be able to have that space to be able to do that. So from the time to get here all the way to the end. Here's the other thing I think that gets lost sometimes. In our old building, we're up on our locker rooms on the second floor. In order to get to a stadium anywhere, you got to go out of that, down the stairs, all the way down to the field. It takes a lot of time. Right here, we're going to literally be able to walk right out of our locker room in 2 steps right to the field to get any kind of work that we need to get done in this indoor facility. So the time spent on going from transitioning to space is very small. So we're going to be able to get a lot more work done throughout the day.
Will you be able to leave for this new nice facility?
Will I be able to leave? No, I'm not leaving. I'm going to be here. I'm going to be here all the time. I'm going to go home and go to bed. I'm going to be like the guys. I mean, why would you want to leave this? Literally, the volume of the ceiling throughout the building, I think, is incredible. But the glass, is natural light that goes through the whole building. You feel like you're outside, kind of. I mean, it just gives you a good presence about you. I think being in this building. I've been in some indoors throughout the country that feel dark and drab and more like that you're down in a hole or something. But this is bright. We get a lot of natural light coming through here. So it just puts you in a better mood, I think. Obviously. We're going to push our guys, and we're going to work hard in here. But they'll want to be here. Coaches are going to want to be here. Just a blessing to be able to have this building for sure, and really, really grateful and thankful for those that that helped this come about. You know, there's a lot of great donors that came in and stepped up big for this. You know, in our administration, you know, putting this thing together. So there's so many people that I think, you know, obviously deserve a lot of accolades to be able to put this on.
What are the ways that this builds team camaraderie off the field for those moments, especially in those close games in this tough a league that you know?
Yeah, I mean, the connection that we'll be able to have in this building is as good as you can possibly get. I think, you know, for example, if a group comes in at list at 6:30, the next group is at 8:30. That 6:30 group will probably come off the field. They'll probably shower. They'll grab some food. They're going to be able to come right back down and just hang out right here and watch that group finish. You're going to be able to cheer that group on, you know, push that next group, and then so on and so forth. Usually about 3 groups in a day. You know, you really don't get that as much in the other space. And so, and then the opportunity to grab 3 or 4 guys. Hey, let's walk on the field. Let's do a little walk through here. Let's talk some technique. We're all right here. The fact that our coaches' offices have all glass, when they see some of their position group that are coming out on the field, man, they're going to be right down here. Hey, let's get a little extra work in, you know. So, I mean, there's so many things that we're going to be able to do to have a connection with our guys. It's limitless, really.
What have the conversations been like between yourself and your coaching staff in terms of thoughts on this facility and how it helps you guys, aside from recruiting?
Yeah, I mean, recruiting, obviously, but, you know, I think, again, just utilizing the space, the meeting rooms were right across our hall. They were down on the 2nd floor. We're on the 7th floor in the old building. You know, it's hard to make that transition to get down. You're in a building with, you know, a lot of just regular students as well as other athletes. But now we're literally right across the hall. You get to go right out. Hey, meet me in the linebacker room. Be there in 2 seconds. Boom, we're right there. So I think the opportunity for our coaches to interact with our players, also on a personal level. We can slide down to the players' lounge. You know, there's a pool table in there. We can play pool. We can watch some games. We can play games with our guys. I mean, there's just so many different ways that we were not able to do it in the old space.
All right, thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks, you guys.
Thanks, Coach. John Cunningham.